What did perseverance look like before success? Like, what it sounds like you come from a great family that it sounds like mom and dad
Yeah.
made sure they were putting it down and you were focusing. So,
Yeah. But to go back to this, my father went to Fisk University.
wow.
And, I had my Aunt Stella, which is his older sister. She went to Howard. My granddad put 3 kids through school.
So you come from a highly motivated,
Yeah, they weren't.
educated family.
Education wasn't no joke,
Right, right.
And I know, I was fortunate enough to be in that family to. They wasn't playing about that.
Yeah. How did that influence you in your life to putting that importance of education into you at a young age?
It's very important. I mean, they wasn't playing with no grades or nothing like that. I was fortunate enough to have, like I said, my 2 sisters go, and my dad and my Aunt Stella and my Uncle Harvey. Their father put them through school, so it was a big part of our family, and even the community I was lived in Rockford, Illinois.
Mm.
I've been fortunate enough to put 4 daughters through college,
Wow.
so they knew.
Wow.
And one thing I'm more proud of than even playing football is doing that and providing for my family. But education is the key, because football, with any type of sport, you'll never know when it's going to end. You never know you're going to going to the NFL was my lifelong dream. I played well enough. I played for me because I wanted to be the best on the field, and everything fell in place.
Yeah.
So you can get hurt anytime, any sport, and you don't have nothing to fall back on.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Eric Dixon's foundations, learning centers that he's setting up, is gonna be very important. It's really important for kids of today, because a lot of them don't have the foundations that I had that supported me to make sure I was doing my grades, my homework, and getting my grades and stuff like that. But education is still the key, and what Eric is doing will help not only this generation, but generations to come.
Yeah, I love that you said that, Ira. Yeah, we feel the same. A lot of people in our housings, they don't have you, like you said, they don't all have the same support system.
Yeah.
Like you said, you had your parents. It was very important to provide education. So it's great that Hope Through Housing and National Corps is able to team up with Eric Dickerson and provide these learning centers for them to. I love what you said too about sports. It's like any time an injury could happen, if you don't have an education behind it,
Yeah.
you could find yourself in a real mess. Especially I see that with like the college, right? Because you see like a lot of these young athletes have so much potential, and before they get to the big ride, boom,
Yeah.
injury, and it's gone. And
Yeah.
so it's great that we're able to team up with Eric and provide these kinds of facilities for these young kids. I want to ask you, was there a key moment in your life that you could think about that changed how you saw your potential? Was there like a moment that was like where you knew you had something special? I know you mentioned before you always knew you could accomplish, but was there like a moment where you're like, man, I got this, like I'm different?
Now I grew out in my neighborhood. It was a bunch of athletes older than me and all that, and I played against them, especially basketball and baseball, stuff like that. But I can't really pinpoint no key moment
Okay.
like that. We used to run sprints in the street. We played football in the streets, tab. But when I outran everybody, if someone was older than me too,
Oh.
Well, maybe that was a key moment.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned something a few minutes ago that stuck in my head. You said putting your children through college
Yeah.
is the most proud moment of your life. It's the thing you're most proud of, more than being in the NFL and winning a Super Bowl.
Correct.
So was there a moment maybe that doesn't have to do with sports, like something like that, being a parent where you said, maybe, this is it. This is more than I ever expect. Like, did you ever think you'd put, is it 4 children?
Yeah.
4 children through college. Did you ever think you'd be a father? When you were that young Ira, like,
Nah.
man, I'm going to be a father and I'm going to have 4 college graduates. Did you ever think that was something possible?
No, I didn't even think about all that. Shoot, I wasn't even thinking about having no kids or getting married.
Right.
But
It's a huge accomplishment.
yeah, but I saw my parents do it. And here come one. I had to do that, and I got to do it for all of them. But it's something that, like I said, it's more important to me that I done that than playing in the NFL.